Welcome to the larger chapter of SystemVerilog course, and in previous chapter we have already discussed about our dynamic array which has our dynamic memory. So in this chapter we will discuss about first of all associative array, and this associative array has a different or special memory which is called a sparse memory. So this same memory will be there in our queue as well. Okay, without any delay I will explain you about sparse memory first. So let's say if you have given some values to your array, so let's say 1 and 2, so your index may be different of this array. Okay, in associative array it may be different, which I will be explaining. Let's focus that you have only given two values, so memory will be created for these values will be for two locations, or its size will be depend on these two, because your data type is also different in associative array. But forget about data type, forget about the storage, but the location will be for two only. But if you added another value, your array will have another location 1, 2 and 3. It will increase its size when you add some value, and it also decreases its size when you reduce or delete some value like 1 and 2 again. And you can also delete from different location. For example, if you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you deleted 2 and 3, the array will be 1 and 4 with its own index size. Okay, index will be not changing for these locations, only the size of array will be changed. What we understand from this, that sparse memory increases its size when you add some values and decreases its size when you delete some values. Okay, during runtime sparse memory can have different sizes as you have added the values or you have deleted the values. Now without any delay, let's start with our associative array. So we have our data type. We can declare a data type as no other arrays, but after declaring the name we can also declare our index type also. Okay, so index data type can be declared in associative array, which cannot be declared in any other type of array. Now what benefit does associative array give with this thing? So we have taken bit 0 to 7 a and index type int. Now you can control your index type. It can be string, can be bit, anything available in your SystemVerilog you can give to our data type. So other arrays like your packed array, unpacked array, which are under your fixed array, and your dynamic array. Okay, and as well as queue, but we will understand in next chapter. So for now this three. So this whole arrays cannot be controlled with the help of our index. Okay, index are fixed like 0, 1, 2, 3. This type of index are fixed, right? But in our associative array you can change your index data type, and we also call this as our key. Now why we call it key? Because it locks some values as per your key. Now as I have given this example, so I will give some values as well. Int, let's say 10, and you have given this 10 a value of 5. Now this array having one value, as I said earlier, that if you give some value, it will create the location for that number only, and the location will be for 10th index. So this is your index and this is your value. Value is 5. Okay, value is 5 and index is your 10. Okay, now you can control your index. Okay, when you will say if you search for index number 1 in your display, it will give you 0, means false. And you can also see some method for this. So the method for searching, if that function int exists, if you use this method, which I will explain in code. So if you search that, it will give 0, and if you search for location number 10, it will give 1, because it is true that at location number 10 we have some value. So you can control this index, and with the key some location you will give some value. So in associative array it can possible that 0, 1, 4, 6 will have different index, 0, 10, 20, 40. It is possible. And your index can be of string size also. Now there are some methods which I have given one example. So size you have already seen. So size and number are little bit same, but size will give what is the size of your array, and num will give the number of entries in your array, what are the entries you have given. And int first, int last, int previous, and int next will give you what is the values in next of the index, previous index, okay, and this type of thing. The first value give the what is the index first value is there, what is index last value is there, okay, what is the previous value of this value, previous value of another value, okay. So assign a value of previous index to a value variable. Now I will explain this after some time, okay, but you can also delete your whole array and you delete a specific index. Now see here, index you can put index, but what about the value? So value you can say, let's say you have declared some module with associative array, let's say, and you have declared some array bit 0:7 with your A array and your index int. So that value you can give like int index, give the name to this int value, okay. Now we will first give some values in this, in shall begin, okay. I will change the color. Now let's say your A of 0 has value 1, A of 1 has value 2, A of 3 has value 4, and A of 13 have value 6. In this way you can give values to your associative array, which is not difficult. But you can also print the values $display, which is same method as other array, A equal to %p and your array name, okay. Now in $display you can also search for size equal to %d, let's say, and number equal to %d, and here A dot size, this method you can use, and another A dot num, this method you can use, okay. So you will get the number of entries are 4 and size of the array, whatever the size of the array will be, okay. You can get the answer for this tool. So I have already explained you this, so we'll mark this as I have completed this. Now let's say exists, this one we will say input index, okay. So the name is exists, okay. So you can search like A dot exist and what your index is. The index is, let's say, 13. So if you type like this, the value written in output will be 1, true, that it exists. But if you search for A exist for 12, then your output will be 0, because it doesn't exist, the 12th index doesn't exist. Now I have also completed your another exist. Now we will search for the first value and the last value.
Hit subscribe, like, and comment now. Let's begin the journey of verification.
Now similar to your $display, you can write in place of $size this thing which I am writing, like first, and value index, which we have declared index, okay, which we have declared index. You can give index, and you can also search like this, A dot first value, let's say 1, which is your first value, okay. So it will give your index as 0. Similar for your last, A dot last, you can search index and you will get your index, which is 13. So in this way you can use methods inside your associative array. Now I will also explain you with the code. So this is one another code where you have used type def for defining that enum as a type, which is trans, receive and repeater, which you have given a data type named as tr type. So here is your data type and here your index. So you are using this trans, receiver and repeater for your index, okay, with your array name, and you have given this array your index trans and you are giving the values and you are printing these values. Okay, so these are your values which you have given. Fine. Now, which I have already explained you, this is one of the example of using associative array, but now we are seeing this methods exist 7 if 7th index exists. Okay, see, an element exists at index 7 if you write this exist method. Okay, at 8 an element doesn't exist as elemented, you can write with this if else statement. If else statement you can write both. Okay, in this way you can use your exist method. Your first index of array, you can search what is your first index of array. Okay, so your first index of array is 4. As I explained, you can search for index. What is your index? First index, and you can see the first index is 5, but your last index is 13. Okay, let's say if it gives our value 13 as the index last. So yeah, next index is last index is your 20. Yeah, so 20 is greater than 13, right? 20 is greater than 13, so last index will be 20. But what is the next index after 5? It will be 20. Okay, and this index you have created a variable for that index and you are using this index in your code. Okay, so in this way you can use your method, you can get the next index, you can get the first index. Okay, you can delete number 7. Okay, index number 7 which will be deleted. Okay, see here there is no index number 7 because after deleting the element number 7 there is no element 7, before it was there. Now you can also delete your whole array like your dynamic array. You just have to delete the array dot delete, so your array will get deleted. Okay, so size of the array will be 0. And about the size, so size is 6 and number of entries is 6. Okay, so in this way you can get your size as well and you can get the number of entries, because 6 entries, so the size of array is 6 for now. So thank you for watching this video.
Please Lord give me a sign, a sign.